Hi, I'm Lory Pollina and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today our subject is the higher self. It's a tutorial on how to manifest miracles, and it is going to be a step-by-step view of how to connect to your higher self, how to form a relationship with it, and from that relationship how to co-create and manifest the things in your life that you'd like to bring forth. It's a daily practice of meditation, and it uses a technique of deeply breathing to bring the energy of the soul into the body, which is the only thing in present time. And so that empowers us to be able to co-create with it and bring our heart's desires into fruition by intention and certainty. I say certainty because doubt is the only thing that stops a miracle. And since the field of potential, which is what your soul is there for you to use, it's a choice that we have to doubt or not. And so if we use that choice to doubt, it will not bring forth what we ask for in our manifestation practices. So let's keep doubt out of this. Let's choose not to exert our will over our manifestations, and let's just believe in our higher self, which is really just the eternal us watching over our growth. So our practice begins with a daily commitment. How I like to go about it is spending time right when I wake up in the morning, and the meditation is basically in two very simple parts. The first part is very relaxing and healing, and it also has an added layer to it, which is learning how to love your higher self, which is just a higher aspect of yourself, and also how your soul will show its love to you. And so this first half of the meditation is lying down, finding a comfortable place, a safe place to either sit or lay completely flat, and start diaphragm breathing. Now, if you don't know what diaphragm breathing is, I suggest you go to YouTube and check out a video on how to diaphragm breathe, but it's basically taking very slow and focused breaths in and out to the count of maybe 8 or 10 seconds. And as you do this, if you're laying down, you will see your stomach fill up first, and then your lungs. And then on the exhale, taking that same amount of time to exhale slowly. When we do this type of breathing, it inflates the body with oxygen, and we may find the word inspiration comes from inspiring or deeply inhaling, and that is exactly what happens when we deeply inhale. It ignites our lung capacity, which is really like how they say we don't use but 10% of our brains. We don't use but 10% of our lung capacity. So when we really take in these deep breaths, it expands our ability to connect with this field of potential. And doing this in present time, which is what the body is. The body is the only thing that's in present time. Our mind can go travel in the past and the future, but those are just what they call constructs of the third dimension, which is a false structure, which we refer to as time. The only real time is present time. That's what we consider the eternal now. It's like you're standing in a stream, and whatever is coming down the road is the future, and as soon as it goes into you, it passes through and becomes the past. So the body is the only thing that's really just constantly in this stream and constantly aware in present time. So taking advantage of this powerful position of the body by bringing our focus through the breath into the body allows us to become empowered. Empowered with the potential of our soul. Now the soul is an actual ember or individualized piece of the actual creator, and it has the same abilities to provide us with what we need. But it has to follow a law, and that law is of non-interference. That means it cannot impose its guidance over us, but we can reach out to it. And so if we seek a connection with our higher self, it must help us. So this meditation practice is about laying down, deeply breathing, and connecting consciously and asking for help from our higher self. The deeply breathing is something that will occur when you first wake up, if that's when you choose to do it. And by taking these deep breaths, 8 to 10 seconds in and out, and continuously seeking a connection to your higher self, which is just watching over you in silence, we can use a phrase that I like to use, and that is, I love you. And if you constantly seek out the soul with those phrases, it helps your meditation to go smoothly. Now, a lot of times people have trouble meditating because they can't sit there and have the patience to empty their mind. This is a very easy and comfortable way to replace that type of meditation with a just as easy form, which is just, like I say, deeply breathing, and with every breath in or out, you say, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And as you do that, in seeking a connection with your higher self, you will start to bond with that higher self. Deeply breathing, saying, I love you, and within a few minutes, taking in that much oxygen into your lungs will start to raise your vibration, because what are you breathing in but the higher self? And what is the higher self but love? And what is love? Love is a fifth dimensional vibration. So you're raising your body's vibration to the fifth dimension. So anything that's lower than that, such as fear, anxiety, whatever negative feelings you have, depression, it will unhook and release as you deeply breathe. In other words, those lower vibrations can't reside in the body when you raise the vibration. So within a few minutes of deeply breathing and saying, I love you to your soul, you will raise your vibration, start to release negative energy, and as I said, through inhale, which is basically inspiring to the body, that level of oxygen causes sort of the communication that your soul is willing to give you. It doesn't speak in words so much as is in inspiration. It causes a budding process of realization, or aha moments, or great ideas coming to mind. So the soul, while silent, initiates ideas within you, almost telepathically, as to what you can do with your goals, or how to achieve resolution in your problems, or whatever. So this first part of your meditation of deeply breathing and releasing anxieties, raising your vibration, and basically healing yourself, will result in communication between you and your soul. you and your higher self, you will start to get information and inspiration. It also helps, as you're deeply breathing, to release these negative energies by breathing into them. If you feel, let's say, an anxiety, take your deep breath into that and almost inflate it or expand it to the point where it is filled up with this love light that is the energy of your soul, and it expands it, and then on the exhale you could just release all that's not love, or all that tension, or all that whatever it is you're holding on to. So there's many advantages just to this first half of the meditation. One is that you're bonding through I love you statements to your soul. As you show it gratitude and love, it responds to you by allowing you to release negative energy, heal your body, and it gives you inspirational thoughts. As you continue a practice over days, weeks, and months, you will start to trust something that you're bonding to. And you will start to see through the second half of your meditation how much the soul is responding to you, because the second half of the meditation is about manifestation. It's how you end your meditation every morning or afternoon or evening by having intentions as to what you'd like to happen in your life. So the first half is deeply breathing and saying I love you. It's relieving anxieties and giving you inspirational thoughts. And the second half then, to finish up, would be just asking your soul for what it is you'd like in your day or week or month to occur. In other words, it is a request and an intention to co-create with your higher self. And I like to do this by just starting to ask for meetings to go well, a parking spot to be there for me if I need it. If there's a problem I'm having, that there would be a resolution to that. Please give me a next step as to how to solve this problem. Please let me realize how to amend a friendship that's broken, or please help me find the perfect car that's low on gas and has all the features that I need, or whatever it is you need. Just ask for it to come into your field. Once you ask, doubting is going to stop it. So you just have to have the faith that it will come. Just like when you order something from Amazon, you don't doubt it once you've ordered it. You know it's coming. You have the tracking number and you don't think about it again. And that is the exact way you have to deal with the time that passes from when you have your intention to the day it arrives. There are other ways to ask for what you need, and other ways to pursue what it is once you've asked to have it come into your field. So once you ask your higher self how and what you want, then you have to become a detective. So let's say you ask for, a resolution to a dispute you have with someone. Please let it go in the best way. Please let it go in a wonderful way. Then you have to look for the following three things. One is either a sign out there in real life where it's either what looks like something that if you had to send yourself a message coming from the outside, it would be that. So something that is just an incredible synchronicity, or it's just like, a message going by on a bus, or someone says something that only you could know, and you know that it's a directional, indication of what you should be doing. And the second would be an intuitive hit, and that is usually what we always have as a clear indication, but we hardly ever listen to it. And then once it happens, we regret that we didn't listen to it. So an intuitive hit could be something like a feeling, it could be just a knowing, it could be even a voice saying something, but it's something that makes you feel like you really got a message, and you have to sort of have faith to listen to that message. So when you get a hit like that, you have to act on it in the way that it's indicating. So first, a sign from outside that seems like you sent it to yourself, or a synchronicity. Secondly, an intuition. Or the third is, once you ask for something, be on the lookout for it, but if there's nothing indicating that you should do something, then sit back and wait for it to occur or come to you without any effort. And this is like Amazon, where you cannot doubt. If it takes longer than you expect it to, that just means that it's accruing more things along the way. So when it does come, it will be more amazing than you were anticipating. So sometimes the timing takes longer, but it's accruing more that it's bringing you. So that's basically how you manifest, is having a trusting relationship with your higher self and connecting with your co-creating ability by having intentions. Now, the etiquette with dealing with your higher self is to have gratitude and also appreciation, and also not to doubt. And so as long as you employ all those things, when you make an intention, it will go smoothly. One thing I'd like to add is that when you're dealing with your higher self, you're working in the realm of the harmonious dimension of love, you might say. And there are certain laws, universal laws, that when you work with your higher self, you're not to impose your will on another person. That might be a subject matter of self-serving behavior or criminal behaviors of the matrix or society. But that's not the harmonious realm we're working with. So that universal law is not to impose your will over another person, but you can use the higher self to manifest things that you need: abundance, problem solving, goals, dreams, things like that. Another thing is that moving from our current functioning in the third dimension to this higher vibration of the fifth dimension, which is what happens when you breathe fifth dimensional vibrations and infiltrate the body with this field of potential in present time, is that empowerment is very different from the limiting structure of society, or what they call the matrix. The matrix is a third dimensional construct, or it is a system that is sort of built or set up to challenge us in the harshest way. It is there to feed off of us until we finally wake up to our connection to our higher self within. And when you are functioning in the third dimension under the construct of time and shallow breathing, that keeps you in sort of the shallow breathing, keeps you into a weakened, hypnotized state. So you can never really get out of survival mode. And why we are in this dimension and why we are entrapped in this construct is it is meant to strengthen us. Just like pressure on carbon creates a diamond, well, we're carbon-based as well. And that type of pressure creates, adversity. So we strengthen to the point of waking up to our soul within. It's an evolutionary challenge that bears fruit of waking up to our ability to love and to hold the full spectrum of love and compassion and the good of all, instead of what the society teaches, which is self-service and things that are not for the good of all. So as we strengthen and wake up to our capacity to hold love and to give love and to manifest our dreams, we're stuck in this matrix. And the matrix is built, or society is built, on 4 tenets. One is a belief that a lack exists. Second, that fear is possible. Third, judgment. And fourth, competition. So fear, lack, judgment, and competition are the tenets of society. And in order to get stuck in it, we don't deeply breathe, we shallowly breathe, so that keeps us hypnotized. And then whenever our mind is trying to work on its own, to figure things out, to plan things, to make things happen, its only partner is our subconscious. And what is a subconscious but a recording machine? It's like a video. It just records what exists in society. So the reservoir of counsel or decision-making tools it draws from is the same as the matrix. So the reservoir that those decisions are coming from is fear, lack, competition, and judgment. So between that bad counsel and not breathing enough, which keeps us hypnotized, we wind up being stuck in a survival mode. And with this practice that I'm talking about, deeply breathing breaks the bonds of that hypnotized cage. It empowers us and partners us with our eternal self that has the field of potential available to it, and through a beautiful and respectful and loving relationship with it, we can co-create our dreams and our passions and wake up to our original and beautiful ability to love within. So at first, I guess it would take a little bit of willpower to commit to a daily practice. But like I say, this is not a painful meditation practice. It's very comforting and healing and restful to lay down and deeply breathe and call out with love to your higher self. It's the parent and the partner that you've never really had in your life, always wished was there but didn't know was there. And it really is there to help you in every way, and it loves you. So connecting to it is like a dream come true, and it also provides you with all that you'd like to do and be and become if you just start a regime of waking up, breathing, and breaking the bonds of this stupor that society puts you in of survival, and allows you to start planning your future and your day and your life, and start having a real relationship with something. And better than a relationship outside of yourself, it is a very centering and empowering relationship within yourself. And it is truly the real relationship that we all long for. Often in society, we're taught to look for love outside of ourselves. But when we create this trust and bond and caring through the higher self, we form a very solid bond and strength, inner core of love that we can rely on and function with and reach out to others with. And how that occurs is that after, maybe a half a year of devoted practice, and again, this is only like 10 minutes a day, but with this type of consistent reaching out to your higher self, you start to feel like you're extending your love to it, but it is truly you. It's the larger aspect of you. And when you expand your awareness to that understanding, you can go and take charge and be in the position of your higher self and look down on your emotional and physical body and your mental body. And during the day, send those I love you statements like, I love you, I love you, I love you. Send those back down to yourself. Be in the position of your soul and comfort your mental, emotional, and physical body during the day when you need caring and loving. And as you go back and forth between mind, soul, and soul, mind, body, and emotions, with these loving statements, you will be giving yourself self-love, and you will center yourself in your own emotional stability. So when you reach out to other people, you are more grounded in yourself, and you're not really looking to lean on anybody anymore. You're centered in yourself. So you go within and you extend yourself outward, and you're not looking for sustenance from outside. And when we are that stable in our mortal and immortal posturing, then that is called self-sovereignty. And self-sovereignty is when you are self-sufficient and functioning as a lighthouse with this empowered field of potential being brought to life through deep breath in the body in present time. So I hope you appreciate the possibilities that I discuss here, and I do have a blog on my website called soulselfawareness.com. Go to the blog, and it's the Higher Self Tutorial, How to Manifest Miracles. Again, that's the Higher Self Tutorial, How to Manifest Miracles. It's the first blog I wrote, and you can pull that transcript up and follow the directions that way. If you like what I've talked about here today, I would really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you again next time, where we'll discuss what's going on in the world today and what the world is doing to wake up. I hope you've had a good time. I really appreciate you being here. Love and light to you, blessings, and I'm so honored that you spend time with me.